Hey everyone, it's Reverend Julie here, and I wanted to pop in and just share some thoughts that I had today that I thought maybe would be helpful to some other people. A good friend of mine and I were talking this morning and just almost laughing about how crazy everything is this week. Yeah, crazier than maybe the last several weeks. It seems like we wake up every single day and it's like, what has happened overnight? Um, and in my travels this week with people, there's been a lot of heavy stuff happening, job loss, diagnoses, and just like, when is this ever going to end? And that uncertainty can really affect everyone. So whether or not you deal with anxiety or depression, and those of us that do kind of get used to what that feels and looks like. So we know whether this is chemical depression or situational or a combination of both. But I think everyone is sort of dealing with this low level depression that maybe some people don't know how to handle if it's not something that you experience all the time. We're almost 8 months into a pandemic and we don't really know when it's going to end. Numbers are starting to rise here in Georgia. We've been stable, but across the country, it's seemingly out of control. But on the horizon is a vaccine. So we've got this up and down of maybe it's going to be over. Now the numbers are going up. And so I know for me, uncertainty is very difficult to handle. And so I woke up and realized that it is World Kindness Day. So November 13th is World Kindness Day, and it promotes the importance of being kind and showing that, with kindness, we can obviously help each other, but bridge that gap with other nations as well. And so yes, we should be kind every day. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there paying for people's Starbucks behind them. And that is awesome. We call service is called Sangha. And I know for me, like serving others and getting out of my own stuff is probably one of the best things that I can do for my depression. But I had this notion today that maybe on this World Day of Kindness, we be kind to ourselves. That's easier said than done, right? But I was thinking about presence, and this keeps coming up, and it can be really hard to be present to stuff. Our natural inclination is to want to hide our heads in the sand sometimes when we're overwhelmed. And I think that's a very healthy thing to do when there's something heavy. But being present to that when we can allows us to move forward little bit by little bit. And so with self-kindness, I've spent days, as I'm sure many of us have, binge watching a whole entire series on Netflix. And the problem with that for me is then I judge myself. I should have been doing this. I should have been working. I should have been doing laundry. I should have been. And so it almost takes the joy of that, that activity of allowing ourselves to step back from what's going on, and we replace it with all these self-critical thoughts. And so today, I encourage myself and you to practice purposeful peace. So rather than binge watch something and then chastise yourself, go into it saying, today I'm going to be kind to myself and I'm going to do something that I want to do with no apologies. And maybe that's binge watching. Maybe that's dancing and singing to your favorite music, or buying something that is not even helpful in your household, but just something little that you want, that you feel you shouldn't spend the money on. And just feel that self-kindness. And so along with allowing yourself to do something just for yourself that's frivolous today, also be aware of how you're speaking to yourself. Are you shoulding on yourself? Because practicing purposeful peace, allowing yourself to step back, put the oxygen mask on yourself, and fill your cup back up, knowing you deserve it, knowing that you are good enough. You're not escaping reality. You are taking respite so that you can go back out another day, because days are coming. They're going to keep coming, and they're going to get, nationally better and maybe worse. And in your own life, better and worse. And it's going to be an up and down roller coaster. And we deserve to take that space and time for ourselves so that we can go out and be kind in the world. And yes, I believe that kindness is what is going to heal this nation. But we're allowed to feel our feelings. We're allowed to be either happy about the election or really upset. But maybe for today, we don't post the memes on Facebook that encourage division. And maybe for today, we don't talk about politics or religion or who's right or who's wrong. And we just allow ourselves to have some fun in whatever way that is for you. For me, I am redoing my passion for art and journaling. So this is my little journal that I am filling up with lots of fun little things that really serve absolutely no purpose whatsoever, other than I love the process of making art. And that sometimes feels like I should be doing a million other things. But this gives me purposeful peace. This fills me up and allows me to go out and do even more. When I realized today was November 13th as well, I also remembered that it is a good friend of mine's birthday, Debbie Schroet. And for those of you who know her, she made an untimely transition beyond the veil a few months ago. And she was such a light in everyone's life who met her. And many of you know the story, but she is the reason that I became a singer. She's the reason that I had the job I had at Unity North as music director. And because of that, the reason that I'm now the creative director, an ordained minister, all of that, she helped me see that I was beautiful, powerful, and marvelous. And we have to do that for each other. We have to show each other when we can't see it for ourselves, just how beautiful and powerful and marvelous we are. And she wrote a song by that name, and we were going to sing it together and never had the chance because she passed before. And it just really is such a joy-filled song about recognizing that in each other. My soul sister, best friend, Carla, whose girls are the light of my life, I haven't been able to see them. And it's been such a hard part of this pandemic for me. And I didn't have my own children. And so knowing that we can't physically see each other has probably been one of the most difficult things. But Carla posted a selfie this week where she was just glowing from the inside out with a note that she finally sees that in herself. Probably not all the time, but she sees it. And so it's such an honor when we see in ourselves what other people see in us, because that's really the truth of who we are, that reflection in other people. And so happy birthday, Debbie Schroet. Thank you for being that in my life and showing me who I really am. And so I am going to share the song with you, and I invite you to just take it in and know that you are beautiful and powerful and marvelous. And as you believe that for yourself, even second by second, you reflect that on someone else and they begin to see that in them. So here's the song, Beautiful, Powerful, and Marvelous by Debbie Schroet. How can anybody dare to try and tear you down when you are hard enough yourself with no one else around? I can see the pain and tears you try so hard to hide. You feel like you're not good enough, no matter how you've tried. There is so much more deep inside of you. When you awake the truth within, you will see it too. How beautiful, how powerful, how marvelous you are. How beautiful, how powerful, how marvelous you are. I'm talking to you. Wish I spoke the language that could reach the part of you that's deeper than an ocean and the darkest shade of blue. When words are simply needed less, when you feel less than whole, when you just won't accept and set a vision for your soul. There is so much more deep inside of you. When you awake the truth within, you will see it too. How beautiful, how powerful, how marvelous you are. How beautiful, how powerful, how marvelous you are. You're powerful, you're beautiful, you're marvelous. Maybe not every moment of every day, but I know you have made a difference in someone's life. And so when you're feeling down, just remember, how beautiful, how powerful, how marvelous you are. How beautiful, how powerful, how marvelous you are. How beautiful, how powerful, how marvelous you are. Happy birthday, Debbie. Thank you for showing me that I'm beautiful, powerful, marvelous. And for everyone out there, please know these are difficult times. So on this World Kindness Day, be kind to yourself. Put your own oxygen mask on. Fill your cup back up, because this is the long haul. We have every day to be kind. And so start with yourself. Allow your space to feel what you feel. Do something that's just for you. And tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, that kindness will pour forth from inside your soul, and we will show and demonstrate to each other just how powerful, marvelous, and beautiful we all are. Have a great day.